BBC Asian Network.
Bobby Friction.
Today's special guest is DJ UPSIDEDOWN. That was one of his tunes, and I am joined by the brother right now. Welcome to the show, bruv.
What's going on, Bobby?
So look, if you're listening at home, basically, he's kind of passed through the show before when I made one of his tunes my track of the week. I'm always on the internet, always out there in internet land watching what he's doing. And that's why when 5 a.m. dropped into my lap, I was like, okay, Asim Azhar, one of the bright lights of the future of Pakistani music, has somehow reached out to UPSIDEDOWN and they made a tune together. I knew I had to spin it. So before we do anything else, how did that happen? Because Asim is so kind of fixed into being a feature of Pakistani music. How did the hookup happen?
Right. So I think Asim wanted to try out new stuff. I mean, I think, he heard some of the stuff that we did with Mickey and other guys. So, we just collaborated, just threw some ideas, and 5M was it. So we just ran with it. We actually did a couple other tracks too, but, decided we'll drop 5M first and see how that does and, go from there.
Well, I was waiting after How Many Shots, which I was playing on the show earlier on this year, waiting for the next tune. I was so happy that you did it with Asim. And look what you've done to him because, he's had some good tracks before. But the thing is, if you're in India or Pakistan, it's very easy to be seduced by the mainstream vibe out there.
That's
I
true.
do think with Asim, and he's got his own reasons for this, was seduced by a lot of that stuff. So I heard a lot of his tunes and I was like, okay, it's good music. Possibly not what I'd play on the show. I want to play the latest cutting edge British Asian, worldwide global desi beats.
Right.
So when I heard his vocals on that tune, I was like, yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so what's going on, man? You're a North American, originally born in India. You've only passed through the show once before. What brings you to Britain?
Well, I just came to see you. I'm going to be honest.
You like my uncle who always tells me what I need to hear, and I'm always sitting there looking in his eyes going, but what do you actually mean?
Yeah. Well, it's just come here for work. Again, the same thing as last time. Just collaborating with artists, just getting new music out. That's what we do. Any
name dropping allowed?
I'm going to keep a little hush-hush here and there, but you've been working with Bambi, a couple other artists.
Excellent, okay.
So yeah, just trying something new and, just bring our own flavor to the table.
All right, well, look, you are going to take over the show over the next half an hour or so. You've picked some tunes. Before we do any of that, though, I have to play a track of yours that I think is a triumph. Such a triumph that I still play it almost every week. Mickey Sings Phone. Before we play it, want to just ask about the Mickey Sing connection. How was that? How did that all happen?
Yeah, so Mickey and I did a track together, Rooftop Party. It was last year, and then we just vibed off of that and created Phone. Phone was just one of the spontaneous things that just happened in the studio. We had the whole track down in 3 hours, and it was just something that was just effortless and just worked. So, but yeah, I'm glad the track's doing well.
Well, it just, it still sounds fresh. It sounds different. It's kind of got mainstream running through it at the same time. It's also very special. It's just actually a beautiful piece of music, man.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Testament to your skills.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Mickey Sings Phone, produced by my special guest today, DJ UPSIDEDOWN. Where did the name come from?
I think we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
It's just a stupid high school name.
Yeah. Just like Friction.
Now I'm stuck with it.
Yeah. Just like Friction.
Yeah. I mean, Friction's not that bad.
No, it was definitely a university thing.
Yeah.
And let's just put it this way. It had nothing to do with music. That's what I'm saying. So, all right. You hinted that you might be working with a lot of British artists. You're here at the moment. I get what it's like in the music industry. It's actually 90% kind of legwork before you even get into the studio.
Right.
But I'm just looking at the back catalogue. If we move Diljit aside for a minute and we move Mickey aside for a minute, you also work with Jasmine, who's, honestly an up and coming, a singer. She keeps releasing tracks. They're hits. The last track she did with Zach Knight, Bomb Diggy, is turning into a bit of a viral situation out in India because of the Snapchat filter that Snapchat started put out there in India. So how did your connection with Jasmine happen?
So we actually connected when it came last year, and we did a couple demos in the studio, and Temple was the one that I mean, I think it was named something else, but Temple was the one that we went with, and she did a couple of revisions to the demos, and then that was it. That's how Temple came to life.
And look, you're North American. For us, it's amazing watching what's happening to Jasmine, because she was a reality star here.
Right.
And she was a reality star. I'm not going to say it was the UK version of Jersey Shore, but it was a bit of rough and tumble, just like Jersey Shore as well.
Right.
So it's kind of mad seeing what she's doing now and just seeing her grow so much as an artist.
Right. Yeah. I actually liked her work like before Temple too. That's why I was like, yeah, we should like definitely connect and see what happens.
Okay, now we need to talk about North America, all right, which we talked about last time, but we're now in December 2017. And I think it's fair to say that North America has almost, in terms of Desi music, swallowed Britain whole. We've still got all the old names.
Right.
Jazzy B's still around, Sukshinda Shinda, all the old names in terms of Bhangra artists. We've got some interesting new names coming through. But when you turn around and look over at North America and you see Anik Khan, when you see the Sweatshop Boys, when you see Fateh, when we see all the work you're doing, Mickey Singh, it really does feel like you guys have virtually destroyed us. So from a North American perspective, does it also feel like that for you as well?
It does. I mean, I think we do, it goes back to our point where, UK music did not evolve as much as we wanted it to.
Yeah, it was evolving for ages.
It was for ages, and then it just plateaued, right? But America just kept growing slowly, and I think we're at a point where there's more stuff coming out of America right now, which sounds fresher.
Yeah, it does.
if you may, yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. That's it.
So we're always trying to answer that question. What's happening with the UK scene? We did this big debate here, the future of British Asian music. Right. Everyone got involved in that. I want to try and get a little side note from someone on the outside looking in. So you've just said it yourself. It kind of plateaued. Are there any reasons for this from the outside looking in? Is there, just be blatant? Or is it just kind of like, well, it's like crops. Some years you have a good harvest, some years you don't.
I mean, I think it's been a while since it has evolved, so it has plateaued for like the past few years now.
Why?
Right?
Why?
People just get used to stuff, unless you keep feeding them new information. I mean, and they like that stuff. So I guess that's it. Plus, I think we just need to like do something different for UK as well now. So that's why we're bringing our flavor to London, and we're trying to collaborate with artists here. So. We can give them, a little bit of what we have in America and like bring it here.
But it is a madness. It's a madness because UK producers and artists would go out, sell out shows in North America. They would go out there and go, oh, you want to work with me? Okay, speak to my manager. Or maybe even in a different accent. You want to work with me, mate? Speak to my manager.
Right.
Whereas you're over here now and you're kind of like a bit of a Superman character. It's almost like you're here to save their careers.
So I'd like to think, yeah.
All right. Okay. So first pick from you, man. You be the DJ. What would you like to hear?
Okay. I've been going crazy about this Teflon Don track. We heard in the club the other night, and we just went crazy. I've been bumping it nonstop. It's called 16 Shots on.
What is it? What is it about this tune?
It's a little bit of everything. It's got like a Timbaland influence. It's got like Afro trap. So I think that's great. And it's a great track.
Let's do it. Teflon Don with 16 shots from the man himself, picked by DJ UPSIDEDOWN, who's with me in the studio right now, my special guest tonight. Well, actually, he's one of two special guests, because if you keep yourself locked in, between 7 and 8 o'clock, Just Rain will be on the show. It's a full-on North American frenzy tonight. But as I've already told you, I have no idea if Just Rain is coming on as Just Rain or one of his ridiculous characters. You'll have to keep yourself locked in to find out. So, Mr. UPSIDEDOWN, this lovely, lovely message has come in from VJ who says, look, I'm loving your show. Thank you for featuring behind-the-scenes artists and other people. I've always connected phone with Mickey Singh and 5 a.m. with Asim Azhar. I didn't know DJ UPSIDEDOWN was the one who was actually providing the amazing music vibes. So just as a producer, does it sometimes feel like, why is the light on them all the time? I'm the one who sweated. I'm the one who put the music together. Do you ever get like singer envy as a producer?
I don't get singer envy, to be honest, but you know, it's great to be appreciated because I think we put in just as much work, if not more, than the singers. And I think the scene is changing, though, especially in America. Like, producers are getting recognized. They have, like, Metro Boomin by himself is so huge.
Yeah.
And, you know, other producers coming up by themselves are so huge, you know.
And we saw the first kind of visions of this with people like Just Blaze, Timbaland as well.
Exactly, yes. DJ Khaled, you know. So I think it's changing, but I think it's going to take its own time.
Is that your mission, to be as big as DJ Khaled?
One of them, yeah. Why not?
Maybe not as big as him physically.
I hope not, yeah. No disrespect to DJ Khaled.
Are you Punjabi?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Well, then I'm sorry, my friend. You're going to have to work really hard to not become as big as him. Okay, another pick, another tune.
Okay, let's go. I'm going to go old school Desi a little bit, and also someone I respect a lot as a producer, Dr. Zeus Kangana.
Before we play that, what is it about Zeus that you respect so much?
I think when these tracks actually came out, like, I had just started producing, and I used to look up to these guys and be like, "Whoa, I want to make stuff like that." And they were actually doing it, so you know, it was that thing that, oh, I want to be like Zeus, or I want to do stuff, work with Zeus one day, hopefully. So yeah, I think that was it.
Well, let me ask you, like, singers say, I want to work with that singer, and they do a collaboration, all right?
Right.
Producers, it's a bit harder, right? Because if you're an all-encompassing producer like you are, and like Zeus is, I mean, how does that work? Does someone go, I've done the kicks and the snares, but you can do the hi-hats? Like, how does a collaboration happen?
Yeah, sometimes. Like, I collaborate with other producers as well. And, like, you know, I'll just lay the chords. Someone else will do the drum patterns. Someone else will do the bass. And then I do the tumbi because, you know, obviously. But yeah, so that's how it works.
Okay, I'm basically making it more complicated than it already is.
Yeah.
All right, I'll shut up then.
Yeah.
Jasmine Walia's Temple, produced by my special guest today, DJ UPSIDEDOWN. Born in New Delhi, raised in Toronto, currently in the UK, the man behind so many of Mickey Singh's hits, the man behind 5 a.m. featuring Asim Azhar at the moment, and also the man, as I said, behind that tune. So, bro, I just want to read this out to you, okay? This is coming from Ria. It's a text saying, I'm loving the show as always. Can you please, however, tell DJ UPSIDEDOWN that I absolutely love the track Phone. I've been addicted to it since the day it came out. I love 5 a.m. as well. Please tell him to keep up the amazing work that he's doing because I love it. So do you find that as a producer, you actually get production groupies now? Not groupies, but fans, super fans.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm kind of glad that people are recognizing, you know, the production side of the track now as well. So, and especially the women. So, you know, it's always nice.
Especially the women?
I mean, not especially the women.
All right. I'm might leave ribbing you, man. All right. So, my guest between 7 and 8 o'clock, dear listener, is Just Rain, and Just Rain is coming on apparently as one of the Geeta brothers, you know, the man behind Punjabi Christmas album #1, and then the follow-up, which was Punjabi Christmas album #2, and then the brilliantly named Punjabi Christmas album #3. And we just found out you were somehow involved in one of these tracks, right?
Yes, yeah. So Just is a homies, and, you know, we connected last year, and he was just doing this album, and he was like, hey, you want to be a part of it? And, you know, me and Mickey just jumped on it and, you know, did this track.
Like, do you guys, especially in Toronto, sit around high-fiving each other going, we're taking over the world. Let's go, man.
I was actually in LA at this time, but yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Do you, I mean, look, I'm just asking because we can't get away from it. It's a cauldron of creativity, North America is, and I think the jewel in the crown of North America specifically is Toronto,
right?
You know, when it comes to music. If I was Canadian and a producer or an artist, I'd be like, we're running things. Do you get me? We're running things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you do feel like that.
I do, but you know what? I actually moved to LA like right before Toronto started popping, so I think I missed out a little bit, but I'm trying to make up for it somehow. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, look, we're going to play one more tune, which is your pick. But before we do that, I just need to know what the plans are. This is for my show, so I can plan ahead. And also because we want to dangle some of this in front of the listeners. You've been in the UK. You're not telling us all the artists you met with, and I get that. But we're hoping, that will bear good fruits that we can pick, musical fruits that we can pick off the tree. What are your plans for the next 12 months?
I'm actually going to... start working on my own solo project now. I'm gonna be the next DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Of the Asian industry.
Good.
So
And I'm telling you, if anyone's place to do that, it's you. Does that mean you're going to be singing, or are you going to get your own version of another one?
No, I'm gonna get like friends and other artists, just to collaborate on the project, and just something that we can do together, just as Asians.
You're not going to sing then?
No.
These
I'm a
producers,
horrible singer.
they always sing, man. I thought you'd sing at some point, no?
I might start rapping though. That's a great career path right now, right?
And are you good at that? Have you done it before?
I have done it before, but no, I'm gonna stick to producing.
Okay, man. All right. Well, you heard it here first. DJ Khaled, move aside, all right? We got the real DJ, Desi DJ Khaled, in the place. DJ Upside Down, thank you so much for coming in today,
Thank you for
bro.
having me, Bobby. Love being here.
And why don't you pick the last tune on this hour?
Yeah, let's go with Calvin Harris. I'm a big fan.
Big fan because he's one of these great producers.
Yeah, and he's from here, right?
Yeah.
He's
Big up the UK, man.
Big ups.